I need to sneeze. Ugh. Ugh. But hi, hello, good morning, welcome. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Hope you're all doing well. Hello. Hello. Hi, welcome. Hope you're all doing well today. Coffee. Hope everyone's doing well. Hi. Sorry, I'm just make posting the blue sky and Twitter post. But I hope everyone's doing well today. Welcome. Hello, Zara. Welcome. Congrats on first. And Nani, welcome. Congrats on second. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome. Also, I need to grab. Where is it? What the fuck is this drop? Sometimes Twitch is just random drops. Uh-oh. I think stream choked for a second. Or rather, it was my internet and the stream suffered as well because of it. But hi, hello, good morning, welcome. I don't have much to yap about. I actually slept pretty normal today. That's good. Normal for me. I'm still left pretty sleepy still. But otherwise I'm doing quite well. But yeah, we have song requests on today. We have song requests on today. So make sure to send in your song request. Make sure to send in your song request. And oops, I forgot to do something. Hold on. I forgot to switch out my keyboard. I need my drawing tablet. I need it. Go. There we and like unprofessional of me to do this on stream. I should have remembered to do it before stream. There we go. Drawing tablet. Let's see. Yes. Everything's working as intended. But yeah, we can move our way over here. Ah, oh my god. It's a critter. This. Oh, that's what that is. I shared this on the Discord, but it's like my D&D character. I believe I talked about him on the Saturday stream last week. The little surprise stream where I was playing a little bit of Rivals. Oh, Rivals. I need to talk about Rivals. That's right. I didn't wanna get into it yesterday because I wanted to play Deltarune and have a good time, but I have strong feelings right now. I can do so much better on these shoes, not gonna lie. On the entire outfit as well, but I can't really think of what I want the outfit to look like. So I just did something. The scarf is meant to be the prominent part anyway, so I guess it's fine. But I wanted to do today. What I wanted to do today. Oh. I abandoned these. I just kind of doodled them. I wanted to draw Deltarune. I found a cool quiz yesterday. People were sharing it around. But I found a cool quiz. Has its own website. It's very, very cool. Very well, like, very well done. I shared on the Discord yesterday, and it was like a quiz to find out what kind of Undertale soul you are, because they have like seven, or is it 8 souls? I don't remember. They have the souls, and like they correspond to different aspects of people or whatever. And so the quiz was finding out which soul you are, and it was very, very in depth. Damn it. Mm, okay, I guess that's how you gotta do it. Blah. Hey, Arsen, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I have to delete a bunch of shit from my computer. I don't have to, but I want to because I don't like clutter. Fuck, I knew that would happen. Just woke up, I'm doing, that's for sure. That's good at least. I feel like this song has been out for such a while at this point that I've sort of taken it for granted, but I just like actually like thought about the lyrics as I was listening to it. And I'm like, yo, this song actually goes so hard. How would I ever get tired of it? Can you find me? Can you find? Can you find me? Can you find me? But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing Deltarune yesterday. I can't wait to play more of it. As well as Hell World and what should we hop back on Deadlock? I kind of want to hop back on Deadlock. I've heard there's been some updates in the last time. I've talked about this a little bit on the Discord. I didn't want to go into it yesterday on stream because I wanted to play Deltarune, but I feel like I should go a little bit in depth. I made a little twit longer about it though. I tweeted about it, but I'm sure many of you don't have Twitter and didn't see it. But that's where most fucking rivals discussion happens. I couldn't have posted it on fucking Bsky because there's no rivals discussion there. But I am officially done with Marvel Rivals for the foreseeable future. I'm gonna do one last stream next week, one last Rivals stream. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be trying something. I'm gonna be trying something cool. I'm gonna be doing something cool. Since it'll be my last stream, I want to try playing as every character. Since there are still so many characters in Rivals, I don't think I've picked up even once. So we'll see how that goes. But like, yeah, I am. After the recent Storm drama, I can't stand I can't stand NetEase anymore. As a fan of Marvel, the IP, playing Rivals feels so frustrating because it's clear that they don't actually care about the IP. I've always talked about how there's a dichotomy within the Rivals community where half of them are actual Marvel fan and the other half are hero shooter fans who don't play it because it's Marvel. They play it because it's the new cool hero shooter. But it's come to the point where NetEase prioritizes the latter. Way too much, in my opinion. They don't treat the characters right. They don't make skins. They don't make good skins that actually fit the character. And it's just gotten to the point where it's just pissing me off. You know? And so I can't, in good conscience, play that game anymore. I'm gonna do one more stream. I want to get that new Star-Lord skin because it's free. It's free and it's part of the fishing mini game. So, yippee! And as I said, we're gonna try testing out every character next stream. Really going out with a bang. Playing characters that I've never ever even touched. Like fucking Spider-Man. Or the Punisher. I think that's gonna be fun. But then that'll be it. That'll be it for Rivals for me. There's nothing interesting coming down the line. None of the rest of none of the skins coming this season are like super hype for me personally. And even in the coming seasons, cuz like I keep up with the leaks. I know what what they're working on behind the scenes. I know what they're working on. And none of the upcoming characters interest me that much, so I don't even think it's worth it. But they're upgrading the skin, they're doing the bare fucking minimum, isn't that enough? I mean, I do hope, considering the backlash, I made my decision to quit the game before, like, the huge amount of backlash happened, where NetEase essentially felt obligated to make changes to the skin. So I'm honestly more hopeful that this is like a wake up call for them. Um, that being said, I'm still not confident that they'll actually change. I hope they do. Because I do like the game. Not just because of the IP. The game is fun. And I hope that if the devs truly aren't, don't have certain reason for not giving skins to characters like Storm, Blade, or Black Panther. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying it out loud. If they truly didn't mean it that way, and it's just so happened that they were focusing too hard on their favorites, Luna Snow, Invis, Psylocke. If it was just a mistake, I hope this is a wake-up call that they have a responsibility to treat every character with the same amount of respect, and they will actually lock in and give some of the characters with less skins more skins. But I'm not making any. I'm not changing my mind until I actually see it, which we won't see the results of for a while, regardless, because they plan seasons like way in advance. We won't see if they truly start locking in after because of this incident. We won't see the results of it until next year, most likely. Maybe a little bit. Maybe they reshuffle some things in order to, make early changes. But for now I'm just tired. I'm just tired of NetEase. I'm not gonna play their game anymore. Get ready for some Overwatch. The new character looks fun. Overwatch or Deadlock. Anyway, we have song requests on, so make sure to send in some song requests, please. And if NetEase annoying the fuck out of me wasn't bad enough, the same day this all went down, fucking Twitch decided it was a great idea to implement some new AI bullshit to their platform. This week has just been pissing me off left and right. I am so tired. Like, I usually don't like having things like this affect me because I know that I like to remain optimistic at all times. I like to have the view that even if things feel shit in the morning, it won't. It's shit in the moment. Everything's gonna be just fine in the end. But like, it's just been bullshit after bullshit this week, and it gets to a point, It gets to a point. Set in the fucking wrong layer. But yeah, for those unaware, Twitch implemented a new feature where they fucking use your streams and your content for training AI. And it's opt out, not opt in. Of course, it's very easy to opt out. You just go to your Twitch settings and say you don't want it. But it's so the like irony of it is that they did an official stream talking about the changes, and they fucking admitted that the reason why you have to opt out and not like an opt-in type of system is because they knew that if it was opt-in, then no one would. They knew no one wanted this shit, and they did it anyway. Fucking embarrassing, if you ask me. And of course, when asked about it, the official Twitch people said that, oh, they would also opt out, of course. Naturally. The official Twitch account will not be used to train AI. Because of course, who in their right mind would? It's pretty fucking clear. Anyway, I'm getting way too heated. How about we get some song requests in? Please. I'm starving over here. Well, I'm just kind of drawing just a little doodle version of Chris Deltarune. To joke all around, but Amazon did force them to implement it. Yeah, I understand that. I understand that, like, it isn't really a Twitch decision. It's an Amazon decision. It's still fucking ridiculous that even the fucking corporate schmucks over at Amazon, knowing that people don't want it and therefore aren't even going to use it, still implement it. Like, why do you, at that point, if you know no one's going to do, no one's going to fucking like it, then why do you even bother putting time, energy, and money into making something like that? I get that, like, people want AI to be successful and stuff, but, like, forcing it is not going to make it successful. I don't get it. I don't get how they function. People with more money than they need to lose basic thinking skills. That's my guess. Probably something like that. Also, in other news regarding Twitch, apparently someone found out that Twitch had removed a tag, like tags like you can put on your stream, like the ones I have down there. Apparently they removed one, like permanently removed one that said trans rights or human rights, which is very suspicious, Twitch. Just a cherry on top of the shit Sunday of what's been going on this week. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I just want to chill. But I guess I can't quite yet. How do I draw a Susie Delta rune? From approximately the front. What animal is Susie? What kind of creature is she? I can't really tell from just her sprite. Kinda just looks like a Moomin. Know what I mean? Sorta just looks like a Moomin. Stretch. Ugh. Hi Sin, welcome. Hope you're doing well. That looks like Susie Delta rune, right? I don't know. My art skills are suddenly failing me. Oh, I like that a bit better. Actually, that's better. Certified chalk eater right there. Chalk eater, like Black Griffin's band. Gulp. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Hello, are we back? Are we back? I'm sorry. Stream is stupid. Never played Delta and I recognized them, so yeah, you got the likeness. Nice. Also, hi Furu. Furu EXE. Oh my god, we got a creepy pasta in the chat. I'm sorry. Susie kind of reminds me of someone. Susie kind of looks now that I'm looking at her, she kind of looks a little bit like a certain mod on my twitch.tv. She kind of has the likeness of a certain someone. Completely nonchalantly side eyeing Arson right now. Like very chalantly side eyeing Arson right now.
Maybe it's just the way that I've drawn Susie. No, actually, in game she looks more like Arsen. Take that as a compliment because Susie's my favorite. I mean, it wasn't meant as either an insult or a compliment, really, more as just an astute observation. No, she's a lot broader than this. Chris is like teeny tiny compared to fucking Susie, so. Did not look like Barney the fucking dinosaur. I I mean, Susie kind of looks like you if you were turned into Barney the dinosaur. It's just something about it. I can't put my finger on it. I get it. Just how you said in game, she looks more like ours than my mind thought of a funny. Uh, I see. I'm kind of just doodling what they look like. Well, an interpretation of what they look like. They're obviously sprites in game, so I'm taking some liberty just making them look less sprightly. But I'm kind of not putting my own spin on them at all like I usually do when drawing. Even when I drew Sans a little while back, I couldn't help but make him a little unsans just because that's how I draw. I'm unable to draw things accurately to the source material. I always have to do my own. I always got a Miles Morales, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing. But not today. I'm actually drawing them very accurately right now. Wonder if that'll change with the next guy. Maybe it's just that I think Susie and Chris are perfect character designs, but then Rousey comes around and I'm like, oh well, actually, fuck this guy. No, probably not. Rousey is also pretty good character design. How many song requests do we have in? A few. We can switch over. Because we're almost an hour in. We always end up like an hour in before we actually start playing song requests because it takes a while. Skip this song. get this aubergine color here. Even this color is like the color I associate with Arsene. Not really. I think a deeper purple. That's some pretty loud drum and bass. And gunshots for some reason. Oh, I just remembered an idea I had the other day. Okay, no, never mind. Not the other day. It was literally yesterday. What am I talking about? You guys remember Velma? You guys remember Velma? The Scooby-Doo show? Yeah, you guys remember. I had the idea of like, because they tried to force Scooby Doo into like an adult cartoon vibe by making it extremely vulgar and violent, and South Park on acid or whatever. But like, imagine if they made an like actually put effort into making an adult cartoon of Scooby Doo that actually fit the vibe. And I had the idea of, what if they made a Smiling Friends slash South Park esque adult cartoon of Scooby Doo, where the whole plot is that we're not sure if the ghosts are even real, or if if the Scooby Gang are just high all the time and hallucinating them. Like, that's already like age old joke about Scooby Doo, is that they're a bunch of stoners. So turning that into like the main like plot of a Scooby Doo show would be like perfect for an adult Scooby Doo cartoon. And could have been super funny, but no, we got Velma instead. Hi Hazuki, welcome. Hope you are doing well. Doing good. Start to drink black coffee without any sugar and milk. So finally growing up, I guess. Cheers to that. That reminds me of something that happened the other day. We were having dinner. We were having a family dinner because my younger brother was home from whatever military service or something. I don't really care. But yeah, we were having family dinner, which we rarely do. Usually, we just have dinner. We just dinner is made by whomever, and then we fucking eat it separately. But after the dinner, when the dinner was done, my mom was making some coffee, and it was like what 7. So I was like, I don't want coffee because it's too late and it's gonna fuck up my sleep schedule, something along those lines. And then my dad fucking commented saying, "When the hell did you turn 55?" And it made me laugh so hard because it's so true. Like it's low key kind of true that it's such an old person thing to say. They're not perfect. Chris is perfect, but Chris has such a simple design. But Susie is something about the proportions here is weird. Anyway, rally time. Also, hi Payne, welcome. Congrats on third. Hope you're doing well. I need some semblance of flavor or I die. Black coffee has flavor. The flavor in question being dirt. No, but like for real, if you get a really good, high quality cup of coffee, mm, it's so good. It has such a richness to it. Gotta get the one with we gotta get you gotta get you gotta get the one with the foam. You gotta get the foamy stuff. Mwah. This black coffee tastes sour. I suppose. Nope. I am messing it up. You good flavor and not the taste of the ashes of the rings of hell combined with dust from the Venusian surface. Fair enough. Okay, I know I haven't played chapter 5 yet, but I've watched other people play it, and I have one question for the people out there who know chapter 5. If you don't know anything about chapter 5 of Deltarune, put your fingers in your ears and go la 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 for a second. Uh but I have a question. Ralse, right? Is Ralse trans? Again, I haven't played. This is a surface level reading of the text, but is that a valid interpretation of the events of chapter 5? I feel like I messed something up. Oh, I somehow made it look less like Rouse. What the fuck am I doing? Stop it! Perchance? Like, it seems like a valid reading to me. Which just makes me laugh so much. Because I remember all the way back when Deltarune Chapter 1 first came out. I remember one YouTuber, I forget which one, but it was one of the big, like, theory discussion channels of the time. I don't think they're as relevant anymore, but at the time they were one of the big, like, YouTube channels for, like, theories about video games. And they made this theory saying that Ralsei was actually a girl, and that was meant to be like a big twist at the end of chapter 1. Right? Because like I don't remember all the points that he brought up in the video, but I remember the big one being that at the end of chapter 1, there's the moment where Ralsei takes his like disguise off, and you see that, you know, he's a little goat boy and not this weird shadow creature. And like Susie, for some reason, is the one that's like surprised, like, what? Despite, you know, Susie probably not knowing who the fuck Asriel is. So if that was if the reveal was meant to be like, oh, Ralsei is Asriel, then it wouldn't make sense for Susie to be shocked. And so the guy in the video like said like, oh, it's because the reveal was that Ralsei was a girl the entire time, and they had just assumed he was a guy. And I remember people like hating that video and saying like, oh, you're just stupid, you just don't understand. But Asriel being possibly being trans now is makes that so much funnier in hindsight. Did I say Asriel just now? I meant Ralsei. Ralsei is actually a bowl of Asriel's fur Chris keeps in their pocket. That bowl of fur is actually trans. Imagine Asriel when they come home from college. Could you imagine that that's like a big reveal at the end of Deltarune? Asriel comes back from college and it has transitioned. And Ralsei was meant to foreshadow that all along. I remember the thing that really got people like to not like the idea of Ralsei being a girl was the fact that the prophecy says a prince from the darkness, which implies that he has to be a boy. But there was a particular piece of dialogue in chapter 5. Again, plug your fingers in your ears and say la 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 if you don't want to hear. But he says something along the lines of how he's forced to fulfill the prophecy and therefore has to play a role that he doesn't really want to play. Which, you know, definitely sounds like a trans thing to me. I don't know, man. Ralsei might be a girl. He just doesn't know it yet. Or rather, he knows it. He just hasn't accepted it because of the prophecy. turned the volume up to 100 and then realized the site was muted. I blew up my eardrums. Oh no. Yeah, I noticed that too yesterday with a streamer I was watching. For some reason, the site was muted and I had to refresh the site in order to actually hear. I wonder if that's like a Twitch issue right now. What Valorant server do you play on? I don't play Valorant. What the nicest way of asking where you live? I can't tell if it's an accent or I'm just dumb. I am from Europe, so I definitely do have an accent. I mean, everyone has an accent. People just don't notice their accent because they think they speak normal. Riddle. That's a RAL sale, right? Feel like Kelly has the least accent though. Like to tell if someone is southern or what. Not Kelly, you just don't know. That feels like a very California thing to say. because everyone does have an accent. They just don't. There's no such thing as default language. Although there are certain accents that are considered the default, usually through media. So it makes sense that California accent would be seen as the default, quote unquote, no accent, because that's where movies are made for the most part. It's the probably the accent most people are exposed to the most. So it's kind of sort of seen as a default, at least in terms of American English. Um, there we go. Is that right? For the most part. Oops. From Arkansas, but Kelly has been so colonized due to Hollywood and stuff. The mix of all. Yeah, exactly. Just the fact that that's where the media is, and therefore it's what people assume as the default, so to speak. Something along those lines. Although I'm not American, so I'm not an expert on this. But like, it's the same thing here in Norway. Like all the movies and TV is made in Oslo, and so that's the dialect people are most exposed to. Also, it looks so much smaller than the others. The big hat. Has to be because of the big hat. Maybe I just didn't make him wide enough. Because, yeah, I think it is this head that looks small. Does it feel? How does it feel? How does it? Okay, need to essentially draw him from the ground up now. Because the head is very different when he's unmasked. How does it feel? 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 Yeah, the song requests are a little loud. You can turn them down a little bit. In my ears, at least. I don't know how loud it is on your end compared to like the sound of my voice. That looks like actually kind of looks like Velma Dinkley. Oh, I just realized I forgot something. Heart, heart. There we go. Oh my god, JoJo. I can't wait to watch JoJo. As some of you might know, because I think I mentioned it a few times, me and some friends on Discord are currently watching JoJo. And we finished part 4 last week, which means today, this day, today, we're starting part 5, and that's one of my favorites. In fact, it's my number 1 favorite out of the ones that have anime. Out of the ones that are anime. Love part 5. which I feel so weird for now because two of the friends I've been watching JoJo with have already seen JoJo before, and they both think that part 4 is the best one. Part 4 is their favorite, which I can't say they're wrong for. Part 4 is also like good. But it makes me feel like an outlier for preferring part 5. Especially considering part 5 is already a contentious part of JoJo. It's a very love it or hate it part of JoJo where a lot of people do love it. With a capital L, love it. But then the people that don't are like, what the fuck is even the point of part 5?
That's so awesome! Endearing! You best friend! So you're a bestie, aren't you? I love you! Friend! Pookie!
Zara Unity Masters just rated with 3 viewers.
Zara, welcome. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. How are you? How's it going? How was stream? There we go. Undertale. Undertale. Deltarune. Gang. Stretch. Oh. Hold on. Everyone go follow Zara right now. Good. Stream went good. Then I couldn't get comfy. Then I fixed it. Then I got tired. Then I got a second one and somebody did a full length stream. Love it when that happens. What now? Now I've drawn the Undertale. The Deltarune. I'm sorry, that might have been loud. Deltarune. I'm gonna keep saying Undertale accidentally. I might as well. I might as well. I might as well. There he is. Considering a 3-year-old work in progress that basically wasn't being finished via procrastination, my own design for a common writer OC. Hence why I said henshin today. Here's the guy I did all the designs and sketches. I'm just doing line art today. 6 hours of line arting straight, lots of things to draw. I see. But that's cool. I don't know much about Common Writer. I just know about it in relation to how it's inspired other pieces of media that I enjoy. There, I drew the man, the guy. Since I kept bringing up Undertale. Speaking of Undertale, do I have... is this... Surely this is where I have my... There he is! Hold on. I have Sans... I did already draw Sans here before. And my own Sans AU variant, Cum Sans, from the Cum AU. I remember a while back I watched a video. About different Undertale AUs and how influential they were in the fandom. And like I just got the idea of making my own AU where they're all just gooning. And so I came up with Cum Sans. Just as a funny haha joke. It's not that funny. I like my gal in 8 of her costumes and such. Damn, 8 costumes? That's a lot. Wait. I don't know what else to draw anymore. I'm gonna be completely honest. Modern Reiwa Kamen Riders have to have a billion costumes to sell toys. Reiwa Riders will never understand the beauty of having 3 costumes max. I see. I don't know what to draw anymore. Creepypasta. No. What's this? Oh yeah. Oh, Dormant. I never finished this. Joseph. Santa. Moomin. Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I don't know what to draw anymore. What would I look like if I went to the to the to the to the dark world? Not gonna lie, my Sona, as she already exists, kind of already looks like a darkener version, which I guess makes sense. I have to make her look more mundane to make a like lightener version. You know. Back with ramen? Nice. I'm just trying out an art style here. I'm just trying out, see if I can actually make do a somewhat this sort of art style, because I've had Winnie the Pooh on the mind again lately. I want more texture. Like this kind of storybook-esque style. Very sketchy. Is it better but with a bigger brush, maybe? Nope, actually not. I feel like a thinner brush is the way to go. Maybe not quite as thin though. I feel like it's better if I sketch it first with this kind of brush and then draw over it later. I'm sweaty. Jesus. I need to take off my sweater. Ugh. Pooh, but in Deltarune, they're made of objects. Who's already an object? Are they are they from Deltarune? Pooh is a darkener? Winnie the Pooh, game theory. Winnie the Pooh and Deltarune takes place in the same universe, and the 100-Acre Wood is just one massive dark world. I kind of want to draw this guy, but I don't know how to put him in motion. Let me hop on Pinterest real quick. Oh, we need more song requests, please. I need a good pose. I need a good action pose for inspiration. What am I looking for? I'm getting distracted by a bunch of cool art. What am I looking for again? Oh yeah. I want a pose of someone using magic. I forget what subclass my guy over here is. What are the warlock subclasses again? And what do they mean? I forgot. There's like the uh there's like the literally Satan one, there's the Cthulhu one, there's the those are the only ones I remember, and I don't remember what they're called. But in one, your patron or whatever is literally Satan, and in the other, um it's like Cthulhu or Lovecraftian entity. Neither of which I believe my character is. Also, Pinterest does not have good references for poses of people casting magic. There's a lot of cool action pose references, but they're all with like swords and shit, with like some magical effects. None of them are actually like casting a spell. Pissing me off. Also, the amount of AI art when you search for D&D, sheesh. Yeah, it sucks. I believe maybe my guy over here was a hexblade warlock actually. Because the whole point is that they picked up this stick that he found, but the stick had a demon in it. And so he used it's now like a magic wand thing. So I think hexblade was what I settled on because just it's a fun concept. Art Fae, Genie. Yes, those sound familiar. Hexblade is a warlock with a sword. Yeah, that's why it's funny to have it instead of being a sword, having it be a stick. He whacks you with a stick. I'm still not finding a cool post reference. God damn it, Pinterest. Why are you like this? So much new D&D rules that I had to search. When I played, there was 3 subclasses. Yeah, it'd be like that. Not finding a good pose. It's pissing me off. Yeah, Pinterest is of no help. Damn you. Alright. No, this is a Sonic ass pose. I thought I had it in my mind, but I guess I didn't. Okay, this post is actually kind of nice. I can use this as a base. Oh. Your character's personality. That's the thing. I don't know. And it's kind of tricky to actually figure out. Because the whole point is that he picked up the stick and now he's possessed, essentially. So I feel like there would be a juxtaposition between how he acts normally when he's just kind of vibing and when he's like using magic. It's almost like he completely like flipped a switch in his mind and then suddenly he's a different person. Because like the demon takes over when he's in action. Like he goes from this like normal sweet little guy to this fucking spellcasting murder machine almost. I can almost see it in my. Mm. Hand, stick, other hand. Magic bullshit. The Yu-Gi-Oh personality. Is that what happens in Yu-Gi-Oh? Does John Yu-Gi-Oh turn into a different person when he Yu-Gis his O? I know his name's Yugi, but like that's like already essentially calling him John Yu-Gi-Oh. I can't even read what is going on here, and I don't like it for him anyway. Would you care to remember anything after when possessed? I want to say yes, but it's more of like a Pyro TF2 type thing. Where he experiences the events like in a completely like with a completely different context. Like how like in Meet the Pyro where he sees everything as like rainbows and magic and unicorns when in fact he fucking murdered an entire town of people. I don't know what he would see. I'm kind of leaning like, you know, Paige from Deadlock, whose entire personality is that she's like obsessed with like classic like medieval literature of like dragons and knights and stuff. And so she literally uses the stories. She channels the stories through magic. I feel like it'd be kind of like that, where he's like kind of like a Don Quixote type guy, where from his perspective, he sees himself as one of the great heroes of legend. When in reality, he's the bad guy, so to speak. What? I'm having a hard time getting the proportions right. He has a pretty big head, very chibi proportions. Which in this case, even though it's definitely partly because of my art style, but since he's a halfling, it's also just kind of what he looks like, regardless. Gotta give him big feet though. I'm looking at my own hand right now to get it to look right. Maybe a little bit more tense in his posture here. Not so relaxed. Meant to be a little bit more of a side view. Actually, maybe a little bit more like have him hold the stick. Little bit of a perspective. I don't know what to do with the other hand. That's a huge arm. It looks weird. What I'm trying to get like the vibe of like when a character reaches one arm out like that, either to like flip their cape out or like drawing out a sword or doing some kind of magic. You know the kind of pose I'm thinking of? Like when a character aura farms and they like reach out one arm for some reason, for whatever reason. For some reason I can't think of a specific example of this happening, but it happens a lot where they like whoosh, with one arm. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. It's not uncommon. But I feel like the best way to do that is with like a front view. Because here it just kind of looks like he's wimpily putting his arm out. So I think I just have to scratch this entire one. Also, don't mind the ears. That's just how I... That's just how I wanted to draw halflings. It doesn't... has nothing to do with his character or anything. Has nothing to do with the possession. It's just, I think halflings as just tiny humans is a little boring, so I wanted to spice them up. So I gave them fluffier ears and like a cow-esque tail. Does this look like he's... No, he just kind of looks normal. It doesn't look like he's looking... He's glaring up at you. That's more like it. Maybe also if I slightly change the way you're looking at the hair as well. Yeah. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a doodle. I'm not gonna add too much detail to it. It's just to show off one of the things that... I've only played this character once in a one shot with my older brother. Same day I created the character. Back then, he actually wasn't a hexblade warlock. I believe I changed that later on because I thought it would be more fun for him to be a different type of warlock. But regardless, if he was a hexblade, that would actually be fun because of the whole like stick thing kind of matching the sword. But I think he was the most generic form of warlock before. But then I changed it. But one thing that I thought that I did was I give him thaumaturgy. I think that's what it's called, as a cantrip. Because I thought it would be funny. Because that's the right spell, right? That's the one I'm thinking of. The one that allows you to like mess with the environment slightly, making things shake and making lights go out and stuff. I thought that would be a fun thing for like the demon like messes with the environment to like scare you. So like you meet this friendly little halfling guy, and he's like, "Hey, can you let me in?" And you're like, you're trying to infiltrate somewhere, and like the guard or something is like, "Nah, this is you can't come in here. Regular people can't come in here." And then suddenly this friendly looking halfling, deadpan expression, ice glow, fucking shadow on his face, and like the world feels like it starts to shake, like as an intimidation. I just thought that would be really fun. This is a representation of that. Nah. I'm getting rid of the eyes entirely so that it can just be the glowing FNAF eyes. No, that doesn't look as good actually. Had a group where everyone used that to make one of the characters kind of like King from One Punch Man, weak, but everyone thought they were the strongest. Got like a +2 for every spell used when doing deception attempts, unless the enemy had enough perception. Exactly. Hi, Tenant. Welcome. Congrats on 69. The moon. The moon. There he is. My boy, Dardov. I remember one time, because I've been sitting on this character for like years now. I haven't been able to use him ever, except for the one time when I created him with my brother and we played a one shot with him. I haven't been using him ever, but I have been slowly writing and occasionally rewriting the lore. And I came up with this idea for like the good future version of him, where instead of getting possessed by the evil demon in the stick he picked up, he'd become an adventurer without the demon. And in that universe, I actually kind of stole this idea from my older brother. But he once told me of an idea he had of like a. I mean, I don't think it's a completely original idea. He probably got it from somewhere else as well. But a fuck are they called again? A bard. A bard. But instead of channeling their magic through the art of music, he channels it through the art of baking. So he'd have this big old backpack full of ingredients and like a little portable kitchen, and he'd essentially just channel magic through food, specifically pies, I think. And that would be the good timeline, but obviously that's the real timeline is the bad timeline where he's possessed by a demon. My water broke again. No, I'm not pregnant. The water busted again since July. Oh goodness. That's not good. Also, hi Nanto, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. This is a good timeline. Where he bakes pies and makes hot chocolate. His hand is going the opposite way here. It's not supposed to have a thumb on that side of the hand. Good. Ending. But with that, I'm probably gonna... Hold on. You, get out. Get out. Get out. There, now there's a little bit of symmetry. So I can screenshot it and post it on the Twitter or the Bsky. But for now, it is time for us to end the stream. Uh, Let me just open a few things. See who's streaming. Stretch. Oh yeah, let me move out of Nightbot, then play Spotify again. Close Nightbot. I earned a lot of music requests for the past like hour. But it's fine, it's fine. Hold on, let me just... Since it's the end of the week, let me give you guys some links for you to click on and discover my socials, which are my Bsky, where I post I try to post art. I've been very slow with it lately because I haven't been doing too much art in general because burnout. But I have art there if you want to check out my previous art, and I'll try to post art on there more often. We'll see. We'll see. Um, but yeah, you can go follow my Bsky. I also kind of want to start posting art on Twitter again. I stopped doing it because of Twitter has shitty AI policies, but a lot of my mutuals still post art there. So I think like to expand my reach, it's probably like better to just post my art there. But I'm still very hesitant to do so still. But what's my YouTube VOD channel where I upload my VODs at the end of the week. If there's a particular stream you really liked, you can go find the VODs there. I should probably also put my link to my main channel there, since I've uploaded one full-length video there and a couple of shorts. I still need to make more shorts. I haven't been editing shorts in a while. I've completely forgotten to. But yeah, I should probably link my main channel there as well. But we'll take that later. Also, our Discord server, not much to say about it other than that we have it. It's a nice little place for the community to hang out and share art and share memes and all that good stuff. It's also the best place to be notified when I go live. You just go in there and grab yourself the Melon Watcher Discord role, and you'll get pinged every time I go live if you would like to. Also, my VGen, where I host my commissions. So if you like my art and would like to support me financially, you can commission me over there. You can get a piece of art made by me. But of course, it's not required. Only if you have the money to do so. But yeah, let me give you guys a little raid message. One for people who are subbed and one for people who are not subbed. But if you're not subbed and you don't want to use the universal Twitch emotes, you can use emotes from other streamers that you may have a sub from. I don't mind. I'm not picky. But for preferably a popping emote, since our raid messages Melon is popping, because we do be popping. We go. But let's see who to raid. I don't think there's anyone here that I haven't already raided earlier this week, but I think we're gonna raid Patch. I wanna raid Patch, I think. I feel. What the fuck is this fucking audible stuff? Twitch. SMH Twitch. Audible drops. Anyway. Sometimes Twitch does like a fucking collab thing that like they just force you to be a part of. I don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, I'm just gonna start the raid and have a drink of water. Num num. Amazon was both Audible and Twitch, so yeah, makes sense. Stretch. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for dropping by and hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. I will be back again on Monday. Thank you all for dropping by. Thank you again, Zara, for the raid. If you're still around, thank you. I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back again on Monday. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is for you.
And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. As always, remember to eat food and drink water, take care of yourself, take your meds if you have them, if you need them, if you need to take them, go do that. And yeah, remember to go outside and get some good sunlight and some fresh air, touch some grass and all that. But yeah, I hope to see you all back again next week. Hope to see you all next time. Remember to copy the raid message and say hello to Patch during the raid. Bye bye, everyone. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you